Hello, everybody. My name is Connor, and we are here with green yellow Law versus green purple Luffy. Pretty nervous for this match, honestly. But before we get too deep into the match, I do want to remind you guys, if you are looking for a playmat and want to go the extra step in supporting the channel, check out thousandnoble.com. It's where I sell all my playmats. So we are going to start off with the turn 1 Luffy search. Going to go ahead and grab the Cavendish there. Just trying to grab Cavendish so that I can maybe keep up with all the Dawn manipulation my opponent is going to do. And honestly, not even keep up, just try and be in the same realm of being able to reuse Dawn. But my opponent is going to go ahead, tap 1 Dawn, and play When You're at Sea, You Fight Against Pirates. That's going to allow him to search the top 3 for a Straw Hat Crew type character or card, I believe. Grabbing the Sanji and Pudding, I think that is there. A little hard for me to see. Gonna make my screen a little bigger so I can see. And then go ahead pass turn. We get another Basil Hawkins here. He's not my favorite in this deck, but we're gonna go ahead swing 5, just trying to be aggressive with our board and aggressive while he's a 5k leader. Swinging another 5 with lead. He's gonna take that, dropping him down to 2 life already. Really, honestly, very good for us. If we can keep that pressure on, we are looking good. At 4 Dawn here, I think most likely a Zoro Juro going to come down. Yep, Zoro Juro going to come down. I'm going to hit the board there. Searching the top 5 for a Straw Hat Crew type character or card. Getting another Sanji and Pudding, so he is... We got to rush this guy down quick, otherwise we are just never going to be able to play. He's gonna go ahead, swing 5 at us, and I'm thinking about countering. Yep, gonna give him the 1k in the Basil Hawkins, and he's gonna go ahead, pass turn. 5 Dawn here. We have the ability to potentially play Cavendish down and leader ability, but looks like we're gonna go ahead, just swing 5 at lead. Interesting choice. Gonna get the 1k in the Zoro. Gonna go ahead, tap 2 for Caramel, drawing into a Capone. And with the rest of our Dawn, we're just gonna swing another 5. As I said, just getting as aggressive as possible. Potentially a better play would have been the Cavendish to restand Dawn and swing 7, but we get cards out of hand there, and that is pretty good for us. I don't remember if Sanji and Pudding has a counter. I don't think it does, and even if it does, I don't think most green purple Luffy players would want to pitch it. Looks like he's tapping 5 Dawn for the Sanji and Pudding. Gonna be able to use a leader ability here. Returning 2 Dawn, restanding 2 Dawn, and with Sanji and Pudding grabbing a extra Dawn. If I remember that sequencing correctly, that is what happens there. As I said, haven't really looked into the Sanji and not the Sanji and Pudding, but the green purple Luffy deck, simply because I can't afford it. Those secret rare Luffys are 60 bucks each, man. I nowhere close to affording that, but the Nami is going to search him out. A Gum Gum Giant, really good card for my opponent. And with the 6k lead there, yep, putting the dice on there, 6k is going to make him a bit of a scarier lead. Trying to figure out if I want to counter that. He is going to swing the 6 into the Luffy, getting him off the board. That is fine by me there. 7-8 coming at us with lead. We're going to go ahead and take that. Getting the Caramel, interesting trigger. She doesn't allow me to draw a card, but she does allow me to pop a body on the field. So we are going to go ahead and pop that Nami and get Caramel on the field. Just adding towards our 5 cost goal there with two costs, making it a 4 cost board. We're going to go ahead, tap our Dawn for 7, playing down the Law to heal ourselves. And we could put down Cavendish, or we could put down Bounce Law. Torn between the 2. Bounce Law gets us another Caramel, but we're going to put down Cavendish. We want to go as aggressively as possible, I believe, here. So I'm going to bounce the Caramel to my hand, playing the Cavendish, restanding 2 Dawn, and swinging a big 8 at the 6k lead there. Gonna get at least a 2k, if not more. Potentially swinging 8 into Zoro Juro. I think I might have just turned Brain off and gone at face, knowing that green purple Luffy does run a good amount of bricks. Looks like he is going to go ahead, tap 1 for the Gum Gum Giant, minusing 2 Dawn. I am okay with that. just being able to apply a lot of pressure as much as we can, really, I think, working in our favor here. And our board right now is Caramel, Cavendish, and Law. Really can't see it with that glare. I have to find a decent spot to play down here. I am so sorry, guys. The glare is always insane down here in the Sage's Portal basement. That's where they put the One Piece players because we're so sweaty and stinky. But we're going to go ahead and pass turn. My opponent sitting at, I think, 5 Dawn. Yep, going to go ahead and play another Sanji and Pudding. Definitely... At this point, I have been thinking about playing Radio Knife. It just seems like a really good way to remove Sanji and Pudding in this deck. But at the same time, it also, if they use the stage, less of a good ability there. So let me know what you guys think about Radio Knife in general. But we're going to go ahead. There is the stage. Going to draw a card off of that, and most likely going to give, I would assume, a Sanji and Pudding a +2 to their cost, making them a 7 cost. But with 3 Dawn left, I'm trying to figure out what he wants to do here. We're sitting pretty good on counter. Not as good as I'd like to be, but, you know, we're doing all right in overall. I'm going to go ahead, swing 7 at lead there. Trying to decide, do I counter? Do I keep? Thinking about it. That's tough. I think I am going to counter, just trying to figure out what 2K I want to use and trying to grab the 2K I want to use. We're going to use Caramel and X-Drake there to counter out of that 7. Feeling like a pretty big Luffy swing is, well, knowing another 7 is coming with one of the Sanji and Puddings, as well as potentially a 8 with lead. So 7 with Sanji and Pudding, we are going to go ahead and take that. Getting another bounce Law. Not exactly what we want to see here. We are definitely feeling a little low on counter. 1 2K in hand, and I think 2 1Ks if I see correctly. Another Luffy to search, pretty good there. Gonna swing another 7 at lead. We're gonna take that, going down again. Getting another Luffy though, pretty good, and plussing the just recently played Sanji and Pudding to cost 7. So here, actually, pretty proud of this play, if I remember it correctly. We are thinking about how we can play down both of our Laws. With Cavendish on the board, we're going to be able to do something. We're going to swing 9, I think, into one of the Sanji and Puddings, just trying to get that off board. It's so valuable to my opponent, and ideally, we can force them to pitch some cards I really don't want to pitch. Looks like they're going to pitch a 0 cost and a Gamma Knife. I am okay with that. The green 0 cost there. Understandable. The purple 0 cost I saw were like 15 bucks. But we're going to go ahead, bounce Caramel. And then Law is going to go ahead and play out Caramel. We're going to go ahead, drawing into another Search Luffy. And here we need 2 more Dawn. So I think we're just going to swing 6 at lead. Or 6 at Zoro there. I'm okay with that. 3 standing, 2 Dawn. And he's going to go ahead, give us a 2K there. We're going to go ahead, tap 5 to play down the second bounce Law. I think bouncing Caramel back to our hand. Yep, I'm going to play bounce Law, bouncing Caramel back to our hand, and torn between playing Caramel down or potentially a Luffy to search. Trying to decide, do I want to draw? Do I want to search? And I think the search is ultimately a better choice here. I'm going to see if we can get something to use. Unfortunately, setting up Hody Jones to the bottom of our deck. Nothing too crazy. We are going to take the Scratchman of Pooh. I can play him out this turn if I want to. It would make it so I wouldn't be able to swing. But yeah, we're going to go ahead, swing 6. Potentially at lead, potentially at Zoro. Yep, gonna get another 2K there. I'm pretty okay with that. 1 life though, definitely a little scary. But we do have 2 blockers on board and a pretty good hand size now with a decent amount of counters. So honestly, really pleased with that play there. I think that play was really, not to toot my own horn, but pretty big brain if you ask me. Being able to play both bounce Laws as well as some other cards with the utilization of Cavendish, while only at 9 Dawn too. So really good Dawn efficiency by me. Good job, me. I'm gonna pat myself on the back some more while my opponent thinks about what he wants to play. Looks like he's gonna go ahead, tap 7 Dawn for the Luffy Taro. That is looking like a scary board over there. And gonna play, Luffy Taro is gonna play out another Sanji and Pudding. This man has, I think I walked by his table earlier in the tournament and saw he had 3 Sanji Puddings. He's the luckiest man. So I mean, you need Sanji and Pudding for this deck. So he's gonna go ahead -2 Dawn, re-stand Dawn, the 2 Dawn, and then get 3 Dawn back with the Sanji and Pudding. Pretty crazy, honestly. Pretty crazy good ability there. Bumping his leader up to 6k, and now he has about 5 Dawn to play with, and that is scary. That is so scary, honestly. He has 4 swings coming and 5 Dawn to play with, and I'm thinking, depending on what he does here, if I can live, I can potentially go for game here. So swinging 7. Thinking about how I want to counter this out, I think, yeah, thinking about giving the 2k and the 1k, 2k Capone, 1k Hawkins there, and then we have 4 1ks in our hand. Pretty scary for the board here. I think I want to keep potentially 1, if not 2, of my laws alive. So if I can keep 2 laws alive, that's great. Gonna go ahead, swing the 7 there, and gonna go ahead and take that. Getting another law, not really what I want to see right here. Definitely was hoping for a 2k. Well, they still have the one of the Sanji and Pudding swings as well as a leader swing. So looks like they're gonna go ahead, swing 8 with Sanji and Pudding, and I'm gonna give them 4 1ks there. As I said, I do want to keep one of my laws alive because I feel like I am in a position where I need to go for game next turn or I lose, especially looking at that board. He's going to put the rest of his Dawn on lead, and I'm going to block. No Dawn up, and I know this is I have to go for game here. Just the question is, how do I do it? How do I spread my Dawn? Do I want to put Dawn on Luffy, the 1-cost searcher Luffy, or do I just want to swing big with the bigger bodies I have? I've got the Cavendish not gonna do too much here, but I am gonna go ahead, search, see if I can get something, maybe a 2k or something of the sort, just because I can restand the Dawn. Why not? Yep, gonna go ahead, get a 2k in the Scratchman of Pooh. I'm trying to figure out how I want to swing here. Thinking about swinging 7 with Cavendish. Gonna go ahead, swing 8 with Cavendish, or restand the 2 Dawn that I spent playing down Jewelry Bonnie. Let's see, the 8 is going to, it looks like the 8 is gonna connect. Yep, 8 is gonna connect, so I'm thinking 9 is probably gonna connect here as well. So we'll just swing the 9. See what my opponent wants to do. We do have 2 more swings coming. He is gonna give us a 2Ks there, getting out of the 9k swing. So I think swing 6, 7, 8, 9, another 9 at lead, hoping that this connects because I did rest the blocker, and then swinging 10 with a law here, and trying to decide if I want to play the Scratchman of Pooh down and swing 9 or just swing the 10. And he gets the, when you're at sea, you fight pirates, getting a 1k there on that last life with the law swing. And that is game. We are able to snake it by. I think, honestly, I think we did a really good job using our Dawn and rushing Luffy down. Thankfully, my opponent did have a decent amount of bricks and only had 1 Gum Gum Giant throughout the game and did not see the rush Luffy. So we did definitely get a little lucky, but I think we played it relatively well. So let me know what you guys think, but that is going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you can ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
すぐに片付けますのでご安心を。おらー、これじゃあキリがねえ。無限